I know. I know. You have just been dying to talk about the TikTok shop. And so have I. Ever since this morning, late last night. This video was supposed to be way more sophisticated and polished. And I needed a reason to test this shot, this set, this audio. And perfection is the enemy of fulfillment. That's the thing, right? So I was watching doom scrolling as I do at 4:00 in the morning, and I came across a set of videos from somebody who is teaching somebody else how to batch record videos for the TikTok shop. And bless this person for trying to educate somebody else, because batch recording is a way of life for a lot of creators. And they were somebody who sold things on TikTok shop. And through watching a few of these videos, I realized that the only way that she was making this happen, or he, or they, I didn't say who it was, the only way that this was possible was that they weren't actually using the products that they were selling. So they were claiming that they were making anywhere from 50 to 100 videos a day, like batch recording that many. Now, I've seen people claim that they post that many TikTok shop videos in one day. And then, of course, you go and look at the profile and it's thousands of videos, majority of them with anywhere from 10 to 150 views, and then a couple pop off here and there. I digress. And as I'm listening to said person educate other said person, I started to hear them using technology at like, I purchased this because, or the reason I bought this was because. But then a couple sentences later say something like, I just got this sample today, so I'm just going to take it out of the box, record the video, take the next one out of the box, record that video. And as somebody who, I don't want to say that I'm a product reviewer, but I thoroughly enjoy reviewing products. I enjoy giving my recommendation based on testing and experience and somewhat of a moral compass. And I just was thinking, oh, so this is the new normal. The new normal is get as many free products as humanly possible and crank out as many videos as humanly possible without using them, without testing them. Lie about what you're doing with the product or why you got it, and just try and sell as many as you can. And that just got me thinking, is that where we're at? Did I happen to find the one person that was doing this out of the, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people on TikTok shop? And if you don't know, and this is the other crazy thing to me, because my For You page on TikTok is lives, TikTok shop, ads, and then like videos from creators that I've asked not to see 1,500 times over and over and over. People outside the US don't even know the TikTok shop life. And to put it simply, if you join the TikTok shop program, any brand, you can sign up to get a free sample from any brand. And if you make a video about that product shows up as a clickable link. And if the person buys that product off of the TikTok shop, the person who made the video gets a small commission. But the introduction of this into influencer lifestyle has just created this insane market where people try and crank out as many videos as possible on as many products as possible. And it is insane to see. And it made me wonder, where does that leave me in a couple of months, a year? If I'm somebody who says no to products if they don't allow me at least a month of testing it, is there any way that I can keep up with that? The answer is no. And that brings up another question, or not necessarily a question, but maybe a conversation of where you draw the line on certain things as a creator, and how like where you draw your lines can be polar opposites to where somebody else draws their lines, and you can both be successful. I know a lot of people that refuse to be on X, refuse to be on Meta, refuse to be on TikTok, but they eat at Jimmy John's, even though Jimmy John is a big game hunter, and they eat at Chick-fil-A, right? Again, everybody's got different lines. And what the line that I draw for myself is I'm never going to do that. And it sucks because I do have a couple of 3D printed things on my TikTok shop. And there are so many people that are making their own product, manufacturing it at home. There's people who make like supplements or candy or toys or 3D printed stuff, right? There's so much cool shit. And it is infinitely drowned out by slop. And I don't like using that word, but I can't think of any other way to describe TikTok shop. And I have a couple of people that are like colleagues, right? Or like friendlies on here that sell stuff on TikTok shop. And I know that they are people that are taking the product, they're using it, they genuinely enjoy it, and then they make a video. But it's like, it's so hard to just be like, yeah, oh yeah, that's totally okay, but that's not okay. And I'm not here to, I mean, I guess like by proxy, I'm technically shitting on other people, right? And what they're doing. But I guess I'm just kind of amazed that this is where it has gotten. And there's been an insane shift in the review space. I know for a fact in the technology review space, and it probably exists elsewhere too. This is grapefruit juice. It's for my kidneys. The amount of emails that I get from companies asking to use, test, review their product, the requirements and the deliverables and the timelines have gotten insane. Like I would say a normal email from a company that wants you to review a product is, we want to send you this product for free. We don't want to pay anything. We want you to hit these talking points, use these tags, use these hashtags, put an affiliate link in your bio, get the video up within 7 to 10 days. And if you use any sort of link aggregator, provide data. Like that is almost the minimum requirements from the majority of the brands that reach out. And probably not even half of them are legitimate brands. They're bots that are just hitting any account that has an email in the bio. And it's crazy to respond and say, hey, not only is this an insane timeline, but your lists of deliverables are similar to the list of deliverables if you were paying me to record an ad for you. They'll send 10-page creative briefs with things to say, things not to say, requirements of removing competitive hardware or other brands from the shot, like asking you to remove other technology from the shot, even though it might not even be like a direct competitor. They just don't want that stuff in frame. And I know why it has gotten to this point. It is because the majority of people are saying yes. Yes, I will make 3 videos on your $40 product I will hit all of these talking points. I will use all these tags. I will put a link in my bio. I will give you authorization to use this video as an ad for 60 days for nothing, for absolutely nothing. Being somebody who, not me, being a hardware reviewer in any space on YouTube was already insanely difficult because you have this moral obligation to try and be as unbiased as possible. And I say try because it is impossible to be unbiased. Everybody has bias. People who watch the videos don't want you to get paid by the person who's giving you the product, because you getting the free product is technically a payment. They don't want to see ads on your channel because they just want to see the content. And so you've got this space where you've got creators that are just trying to make a living, chasing after gear that they love, getting their hands on it, being able to review and share their perspective and their experience with the audience. But you have an audience that does not want you to make money from what you're doing. They want you to be unbiased. They want you to be honest. They want you to give them every piece of information that they require without money going anywhere. They just want to spend their money. They want to get their information, spend the money, know that their money was well spent, and then move on. And so now you have this entirely new wave of this is a whole nother side rant. But the amount of times I see creators encourage other creators, mainly in the TikTok shop or TikTok categories, don't disclose that you got the product for free, because if somebody sees that you got it for free, or if they see the paid partnership tag, they're just going to scroll away and it's going to hurt your views. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen that requirement. And even when you see, like if you watch a video that is no doubt an ad, and then you click on the show more details in their video description, and the very last hashtag at the end of 3 paragraphs is partner, but there's no paid partnership tag, no disclosure in the video, no text on screen, nothing. And then you go in the comments thinking that you're going to see somebody say something about like, hey, wait a minute, this seems a little strange. And there won't be a single comment. Now, I understand that could be because the creator is going through and deleting comments, but to not see a single one and to see that so often over and over and over again. And because it is now normal to just skip over the disclosure, or to see people admit, yeah, I don't disclose because every millisecond of the video counts, and I would rather not hurt my video's reach. To see that be the normal, and for also the audience to now be so numb to being sold to every minute of every day that they don't even think to ask, is this a partnership? Are they being paid? It's crazy. And I don't know, I guess I've already been rambling for 13 minutes. This is more of just kind of like a thinking things through, and also wondering if I'm crazy or if there are other people that are kind of feeling the same way. Because I don't like to ick somebody else's yum. There's so many ways to make money in this space, and I don't think I want to make money in that way. And I am quite positive that is going to cause me to pivot away from doing review content of hardware. And I also fear that might also be I don't know if you can say that on YouTube. I'm such a new YouTuber. Of typical review content. There was already like the needle on whether it was okay to do a paid review or not was already moving. Like when I started getting serious about product reviews on TikTok and YouTube like 3 or 4 years ago, I had already seen lots of conversations about how people felt about paid reviews versus unpaid reviews. And I don't do paid reviews. If it is a review, if it is an opinion-based piece where I'm giving you my recommendation based on my experience, no money is changing hands ever. I'll do integrations all day. I'll do a sponsored video and I'll base a project around your product all day long. And that's where I feel the most freedom. The most recent video about doing the DIY open source guitar pedal. PCBWay was like, hey, pick a project, make a video. And like, if you could show us the draft, that'd be great. And it was a 17-minute video. And I showed them the draft and I was like, do you have any notes? And their response was, we don't like to change anything about the video. We want to leave all the creative power in your hands. And that was like, I'm getting chills. That is such a breath of fresh air to have a brand say, look, we just want to pay you to advertise us. Do what you want. As long as you're not like beheading people, right? Or shitting into cups. Not my chair, not my problem. It was fantastic. And the sponsor before that, Remote Desktop Manager, Devolutions, they were so understanding of everything. And I think I even threw like a Corn Hub joke in there. And I was like, hey, I threw this joke in here. I thought it was funny. You guys, if you're not comfortable with it, I can remove it. And they were just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. But those brands are kind of a rarity, right? So yeah, it's just got me thinking about this position that I'm in, and I love reviewing gear. I love reviewing gear that I am passionate about, and I guess this will be the last thing that I touch on because we're going on 17 minutes here. There is a there's a gray, not a gray area. I'm trying to find the middle ground as a creator between getting free products because I can't afford to buy every cool thing that I'm interested in to make a video on, and every single video being a sponsored video. And I feel like that middle ground is dissipating day by day. And especially where, like, if you're somebody who has searched for review content on YouTube, you've probably searched for a review or a tutorial or something. And then the first 3 videos are all 100% AI generated reviews. Like it'll be like top 5 TVs of 2025. You look, the channel has 16 subscribers. There's about 1,000 views. Then you click on the video and it's like, hi, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to review the top 5 HP printers. These are the best printers on the planet, and we are totally being honest with you. Bro, I know what's going on here. And there's been times recently where I've clicked on 2 or 3 videos to find a review on a product or a service, and the videos have been 100% AI generated. And the thumbnail looks decent. You can kind of, if you're looking hard enough, you can catch it. This camera's going to overheat. But yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting spot to be in, and I'm trying to figure out where that kind of content fits into my future. Because at the end of the day, there is always going to be a need for creator-made content about products and services that can provide recommendations. And in this world now with AI and how easy it is to create content with AI, like 100% with AI, people are going to be looking for the human experience and a human connection and a human recommendation. And I don't think that that's going anywhere. However, does that mean that the majority of people who are reviewers now are going to put in the work to compete? And right now I'm feeling like no. Because I know what a lot of hardware people are getting paid. And it's not a lot because they're trying to take as much hardware for free as they can so that they can be as unbiased as possible for the sake of the viewer. And they're not making millions, right? The amount of people that are making really, really, really good money just doing review content for tech on YouTube is very small. And I have a feeling that there's just going to be a tectonic shift in the very near future when it comes to review content. And I think I'm not going to have a choice but to reduce that amount of content to a minimum. We'll see. Lastly, these videos are something that I used to do like 5 years ago. I had a video series called In the Morning. I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and doing a routine called A Miracle Morning. And I would record like a 15 to 20 minute talking head video in the morning, and then I would upload it. And I was doing like 3 or 4 a week. I also used to do a podcast, the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. Did it for 6 years. I love yapping. I love podcasting, but there's too many white men with microphones. There's too many podcasts, and there's too many bad podcasts. And I don't want to be just another bald man with a microphone. I guess that's what I am doing right now. Anyways, thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day. Good night.